think, yeah, okay. I think I'm up by the way. Right here. Alrighty. Okay. Whoa, I'm streaming. Okay, I'm...
Nice.
Bro. Okay, I'm working on getting the scene set up so that I can go ahead and get to work on this. So... Programming moment. Didn't know people could be this excited for coding. I mean, I did, but I can advertise again, so... Okay. You're also subscribed to my channel. Thank you. I appreciate it. Uh, I need to make sure that none of my personal information gets leaked so that I don't get doxxed. That would not be good. Uh, so window capture. Seems good. Transform, fit the screen. Yeah, that seems good enough. And then I can just go ahead and should probably have two views for this, one for the browser and then one for the site preview. So that'll be programming for browser focus. And I'll add what's the name for this? Or is it just flat out not showing up because it won't be able to capture it? That's cool too. Okay. Yeah, all right. That's pretty cool. I guess it just won't grab that window then for whatever reason, so I'm gonna have to find a way to get around. Oh wait, no, there it is. Okay. I mean, that's so small anyway, it's not gonna matter, so. Duplicate, there we go. There is stuff going on in the background that you guys are not able to see, and I'm sorry. I am working on getting that fixed right now. And we will expand that so that's easier to see. And that should be good. Okay, transition, and that should be what's showing on there. I'm going to go ahead and wait for it to appear. There we go. Okay. So in the little lower right-hand side, we have the view of the current state of my JSON generator. I made this how long ago did I make this? I made this like man, all the way back in November. Okay, so a few months ago. That was the last update. No, all the way back in June. That sounds more about right. Almost a year ago at this point. So for starters, I'm actually going to transfer over to the browser focus for this so that it's easier to see. Yeah, I made this for the Rhythm Doctor role-playing game event, or the what was the name that we came up for it again? I can't remember off the top of my head. Hey Mads, Baba Booey. It was like I'm scrolling up in competitions chat to go ahead and find this. It was yeah, Realm Descent, Rhythm of the Pentatonic Guardian. That's the one. But RDRPG. It was an event in the is that just a YouTube emote? That is just a YouTube emote. I didn't even know that existed. That's cool. But I made this for. I need to stop getting off track. I made this for the RDRPG event because I had noticed that one of the team members on the planning side of things was having issues making custom characters, which had just came out, because they required their own file alongside the sprite sheet that they wanted for the characters to be in the game. And I'm having the worst time trying to explain this right now. they were having issues making a file called a .json or a .json file, which is shorthand for JavaScript object notation, uh, which is commonly used in a lot of non-JavaScript kind of like scenarios, which is really it's expansive. It's become its own thing over time, and it's used in Rhythm Doctor. Again, self-explanatory, as like a custom character definition file, to define like the bounds of how big is the sprite on this sprite sheet, what frames do you want to play for these certain animations, stuff like that. They were having issues, so what I had done was I had programmed all of this up in just a few days, I think. Really, JavaScript. No, I don't. I don't think it's short for that. uh, but yeah, no, I made it for the express purpose of it being like easy to use, basically. And I had realized not too long ago that it was a little bit harder than it sounded to make an easy kind of interface for somebody. But what I had here pretty much worked. Like, you can click the add button to add more expressions, which is the name for the animations. You start off with the basic four: the neutral, the happy, the barely, and the mist. Neutral plays when the character is just idle, or if any animation that is non-looping ends. Happy plays when happy plays whenever the oh, words are hard. Happy plays whenever the beat is hit, and like you hit it properly. Barely is played whenever you just barely get a miss. Yeah. And then missed is like a complete miss. Like missed is if you got it way too late, or way too early, or if you just flat out didn't hit it at all. And there were certain parameters that you could have with all of these. I'm not going to go too in depth with it, actually, but I do have a quick little example here of a few things that I had in here. So I made this entire little help section in case you got lost using anything of this. You scroll all the way down, there's like a little hidden acknowledgements page where I thanked all of my friends for being there for me while I was making this. Just a lot of cool people here, honestly. There's some people here who, or rather, there's some people who aren't here that are also cool, and I'm planning on adding them in once I tear this baby down and build it up from the ground up. Anyway, I get off topic a lot. I apologize. The file upload situation here is just a quick little, you get the sprite sheet in here, a little note pops up saying that the analyzing for it was complete, and it automatically fills out it automatically fills out like what size the sprite is by just looking in the file and doing a good amount of math, trying to find like the transparent pixels in the image and cutting it in just a certain way. There's a bunch of other extra stuff, but the basics here is you would enter in what frames you wanted to play in the animation. So, for example, 0, because it's 0 indexed, would be the first frame, 1 would be the second, 2, 3, and then what I had here was you could hit the little play button to preview the animation that you had made. That's not good layering. I need to fix that, which is what we're here to do today. So I already have a good sketch of what I would want it to look like. Give me just a moment to go ahead and pull this up on screen for you guys right now. So, add another one. I'll call it temp. I'm going to delete this anyway, so I don't think it matters that much. Is this the one? There we go. Okay. And then transform, put to screen, and then transition over. So this is my little art studio kind of thing. I use Clip Studio Paint. Nice. I have 69 subscribers. Thank you for pointing that out. Uh, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I work in Clip Studio Paint, stuff like that. I have some layers hidden here that show what I would want the structure of the JSON generator to be instead of what it is currently. So, for example, if you had clicked the first tab on there, what would happen is it would pop up the first thing that you would have to do instead of everything being on the same screen and having like information overload. You could click on the first tab, and then this pops up, just like the file upload section. You would be able to click the browse button, drop a file on there. The file name would automatically be filled out, and then I told Alan to add the optionality disclaimer that I had right here. I don't know why I called this. No, this is the optionality disclaimer. I wanted to go into more depth with it than just optional. Like, I wanted to explain why it was optional, and since I would be doing a tab system, it'd be easier to do that. And you guys aren't even able to see that. I'm smart. But on the page, there's just a little, like, in parentheses, the word optional, and I wanted more than just the word optional, and that's basically what I was trying to explain. Then you would click on the second tab to move along, or maybe I could add, like, a next button down here or something. But you click on the second tab, and then it jumps from file upload to the frame data, and I want this to look a little bit different than how it does currently. So you can enter in the numbers by default. It's just how it is on the page. You can click like up or down, or it would be filled out automatically if you uploaded a sprite sheet here. Oh, Clip Studio Paint is having a time. I think it was just, yeah, if you dropped a sprite sheet into there, it would have automatically filled this out, and it would have shown you the little preview here. I want there to be like clickable objects here that you can like click and drag to change the grid. And like just so you have something that lines up properly. God, I'm going like 1,000 miles a minute. But yeah, you would you'd be able to do that, and then since I already have a scale thing on the page, I could have it do a zoom feature instead, which is basically the same thing, but you know. And then I started working on on tab 3, which is the row preview options, which is something in game. If you're in the level editor, follow up with this saying Twitch, you just subscribe if you haven't already. That's like the best alternative, and plus you can be able to see any quality content I put out. Nice to see you again, by the way, Spry. I didn't say that in RDL because I felt like my timing was too late, but it's nice to see you around again. You're not the 69th, though. Did it really matter? I'm kidding. I like having you guys here. Nice. Yeah, no, the row preview is just something that's in-game. If you're in the editor, it's just like, it's the sprite that pops up in the sprite sheet as the character name instead, and you can have it show the character's name if you would like that too. Like, I know that, okay, buddy. I know that specifically Samario, somebody who dropped by a little bit earlier here, yeah, Samario wanted the file name instead of the character portrait because it was easier on them. And honestly, that's fair. Whether you want to read it or if you just want to see it pop up like that, that's... Yeah, Samario's still here. There he is. It's fair. I'm not going to, like, stop you guys. And the devs didn't either. They programmed something specifically in for that to happen. And I want to make sure I keep that going. Yeah, so I want to do like a tab-based system instead of... I wanted to do a tab-based system instead of just information overload. So we're going to be going into the code and trying to break this down, start over from scratch, basically. I can copy-paste code in between the two tabs. But all in all, I want to be able to... Yeah, I just want to be able to, like, build this back up from the ground up, because I don't feel like it's too good in the current situation that it is. It can be better, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the browser focus. And we can see the page again. We have all of this here. This is the live version of the page. I think I actually already fixed this layering issue being an issue by doing something. If we jump over to this tab over here, it's a lot different. You can see that it's a lot different. For example, the entire little thing down here is no longer down here. It's instead down here in the little disclaimer box that pops out automatically if you hover over it, or if you're on mobile, if you want to make a custom character on mobile for some reason, you would be able to tap that and it would just slide out, and then if you tap anywhere else, it just kind of whoop, goes right back. So that's one issue solved. Another issue was the tabs. I started basic work on it, but I got really burnt out as soon as I started. I am hoping that doing this streaming gives me kind of like more of a resolve to finish this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into source tree. I'm going to go into my oh, it is taking a moment. I'm going to go into my website's repository, and I'm going to kind of jump backwards in time with this. I'm checking chat every so often. That's, if you see any pauses, that's just me going back to check chat. But you know, I'm basically just gonna jump back in time. I'm gonna give myself the live copy. I should probably back up the progress that I have here just in... No, I was planning on just tearing it all down anyway, so it's fine. No, I'm gonna make a backup. Let's see. Sorcery? What? Did I say sorcery? Should I gifts to the website like those 20 like those 2,000 websites? I don't think GitHub allows me to do like networking on this. I think it's just you're gonna go bed. Okay, good night, Spry. But I don't think GitHub lets me do stuff like networking or PHP, so I wouldn't be able to do like the number counters or anything like that. If I wanted to do funny GIFs, that wouldn't be hard. I just don't think I see the purpose in it. Thanks for the suggestion. Okay. Right, I was going to back up the files. So what I currently have in here, I'll just go ahead and copy and paste. And I'll call it something like JSON generator -neo or something like that. Just so I know that it's different. And then with that done, I'm going to close out of that. Jump back into source tree, and then everything in here I want to revert the changes of. So discard. That should have brought everything back to where it was. And if we jump back over to here, that should be the case. Yeah, okay, so everything's back to how it was in here. And I still have the copy of it if I just duplicate this tab and then add like -neo to it. We still have this. So if there's any changes that I want to save from here and bring over to the new version I'm going to make when I completely tear this down, I can do that. Okay. Now's where the real fun begins. Actually getting the thing to work. So I'm going to swap over to the coding focus. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this folder again now that we have the old changes to it. Want something like JSON generator old. That works. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and just gone. Most of this here too. Yeah, I'm gonna just get rid of. So I'm gonna save this because this is just like, what's the word? It's script to keep the it's a script to keep the people in the window so that they don't lose their changes. If they try to close out or if they try to reload the tab, it would give a warning like are you sure you want to leave? So I'm gonna keep that in there. Everything else though I'm pretty sure can go. This is all of the code for like the new animation bit. I'm gonna delete that because I might want to rework that from the ground up as well. And I'm gonna keep the header. I'm gonna keep the no script here. Everything else from here on out should be everything that I want to redo. Like there's even like HTML inline code that I want to like move solely to the JavaScript file. That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Portrait data. There was a birthday thing that I tried doing, never really got far with it. The cropping preview and the export button. And that's the disclaimer, which I wanted to get rid of and replace with the other one anyway. That'll be fine. Oh yeah, the autofill options window. I'll make sure to remake that as well. And then the entire help menu. I think I'm gonna keep the entire help menu. I'm just gonna redo that. And then I need to do. And then with those changes made, I should be able to jump back into the browser focus, reload to see my changes. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, I see. So if we do that, reload, and then yeah, that's still there. It's not functional anymore for some reason. It's probably a good reason. Like my phone. Where did I keep that anyway? The help button? Yeah. That's weird. It shouldn't be. Shouldn't have been messed up. I don't know why it's not working anymore. Oh well. I'm, again, planning on building all of this back up from the ground up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna try and see if there's a better way for me to do this so that I don't have to keep tabbing back and forth. Okay. Yeah, everything here I want to keep. The changelog especially I want to keep. Scroll to the top button. I wonder if that still works. Is there a reason why I should open like the develop tools? Toggle help is not defined? Definitely, definitely should be. Don't know why it's not. Oh yeah, because I dumped everything from the help or from the main JavaScript file. I'm smart. Maybe bring that back. Since I want to keep the help menu, I can keep toggle help. I want to rewrite the entire file handling section, though. The redraw frames, the preview animation stuff, that can all... I'm planning on reworking all of this. Dialogue, I definitely needed to fix. I remember there being a bug with that where the Y value was flipped in game. That I want to work on. The add expression, the delete expression. Since we don't have the button for it anymore, that can just go away. Now we're just left with the toggle help and the draw switch event, which is the right. Did I save? I don't think I saved. Save. Okay. Then reload. Yes. And I can do this. Yeah. Oh, did it just like completely kill? It just completely killed the switch. Why did it do that? Okay. Can't access one switch? I'm taking too much time on this. Thank you. Okay. Again, the entire cropping section I wanted to redo, the scale cropping, change display and everything. Alright. If y'all want any like explanations for anything that's going on here, I can like provide explanations if y'all are like interested in getting into JavaScript or anything like that. Those events are good. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these. I want to keep the document shorthand just for convenience because that has always been helpful to me. I don't need the debug stuff anymore. He does. Computer wizard enslaves the demons to do their bidding. Listen, it's all a process that I can explain. I just don't know if I can explain it well. That's the birthday stuff that I talked about earlier. And then that's where I just set a lot of variables, which is... most of these were deleted already. Oh my god, why did I have so many? That must have, like, completely eaten RAM. It was completely unnecessary. Well, they're all, like... yeah, that would have completely eaten. I'm good at this. Okay. Sure there was a better way to do that. Thank you. Oh, man. Food. I just had food delivered to me. Thank you, babe. Potion of eats. That was the expression list, which I don't think... I did something really stupid with the first few expressions where I locked them to only be neutral, happy, barely, and missed. I think what I can do is I can just have it show those as defaults. And then, yeah, that should be good enough. Just showing them as defaults. Okay, if I don't do something about this soon, I'm going to, like, lose my mind. So I'm going to start up some programming music. I'm gonna mute my desktop audio real quick to listen to this. No, I don't really know why I'm worried about it being royalty free when I'm not making money off of this video anyway. I'll be fine. Play some iCore, it'll really help you focus on programming totally. Don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think I'll just start this one over and then just, like, not worry about it. If that's too loud, just go ahead and let me know and I can turn it down for you guys. I'm also going to be pausing intermittently to take, like, bites of my food because I am hungry. Oh, I'm still on browser focus. Oops. I was doing coding stuff and I was on browser focus. That's way too loud? Okay. Somewhere around that better? It's like twice as loud as I am, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, is somewhere around like that better? Yeah, that's okay. Cool. Alright. Now that I'm on the right actual scene that I want to be on, oops. You know, I was just going through and deleting a couple of functions, deleting some variables that I didn't really need, just stuff that was clogging up people's RAM that didn't really need to clog up people's RAM with. It was easier on me, doesn't mean it was easier on them. Going on mute real quick. Okay, dinner's a little bit hot. I'll wait for that to cool down. I deleted all of the elements, so I don't really need the canvas here, nor its context. I don't need the animation canvas for context, the cropping animation, or the cropping canvas and cropping context. I just don't need any of these. I am going to need the dialog box itself, though, which is what image dialog is. That's going to be pretty important, so I'm going to keep that variable there at least. Yeah, real code hours. Nice to see you, Remkin. So that's the source for it. Oh yeah, and the border for the dialog image, because that's also important. I don't need the advanced canvas anymore. That one's not important. I'm not drawing the switch anymore, nor am I getting the warning flash. Okay. I broke something in the JavaScript. What did I do? Help mode is not defined. Oh, I probably deleted that. Oops. Get elements by names. Oops. Change display. What was this for? Oh yeah, no, I don't need this anymore. Okay. Maybe that was. Nope. Something else was the issue. It's 248 in code. Oh, yeah, I don't need the event listeners because there's no events on here anymore. So. I literally deleted everything. I just need to get that through my head. Die canvas is not defined. Help mode is not defined. So 249. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't need that. No elements in it. Still no? Okay, what's wrong now? Help mode is just flat out not defined. Okay, well, that's an issue for a different time. Gonna go ahead and go on pause again. Or on mute, rather. Not on pause. I don't think I can pause the stream. Alright. So... now that I have everything deleted, I can go ahead and start building it from the ground up again. So... I don't need draw switch anymore since I don't have the switch that I need to draw, and that means that I don't need the warning flash anymore. I'm gonna keep scroll to top because I feel like that can be helpful in some instances, and maybe not, maybe not. And the cropping menu doesn't need to be toggled. I definitely don't need this anymore. And I don't need to scale the cropping if there is no cropping to scale. And then if I need... I feel like the help menu is good to keep there. I just definitely need to update that in the future. By the way, I'm like completely okay with backseating or whatever. Like, if you guys want to tell me what to do, just go ahead and let me know. I'll take it into consideration. I'm not just gonna like leave you guys out of this. And again, if you want to know how any of this works, I'm more than happy to like go into this and explain what I'm doing. You're back, Noka, no worries. Like, it's in the way sometimes, it's okay. Okay, so looking over all of this, I could do with just re-adding the help mode variable. And then if we hop back over here, reload, help menu should work again. Yeah, okay. thinking I also want to turn the help menu into like a tab state where I can have somebody click on like getting started, and then getting started would drop down instead of you click on getting started and you get dragged to it, which would help with the hidden acknowledgements being actually hidden. Other than that, though, what I really need to do is I need to focus on getting the main function of this back up and running. So, for my own sake, I'm going to be making an HTML comment that just buffers the help menu off of my visible range, so that it's not like in the way of me doing whatever I want to do. First things first is probably to make a table with 2 rows, one for the actual tabs themselves, and then one for the content that the person wants to see. Okay. Gonna go on mute again, just real quick. Okay. Looks like the stream dropped for a bit. It should be back up now. Sorry for the quick little interruption. I think my internet just blipped out of existence for a moment. Yeah, no, okay. So let's go ahead and get started. So, making a table. It's easy as that. Should be a table row, and then we need the table data part of it. And then we break it down into its same parts. We make another table row, another table data cell, and then break it down into its parts again, and then close the table. So we can just have something like A up top, and then B on bottom. And we save that, we go over here, switch it over to the browser focus real quick, and then we have A on top and B on bottom. So I'm going to need span elements, since those usually stay in line. And inline is just basically saying they stay on the same line as the other elements that are next to it. If we, for instance, did like a div element, and then we put down another div element right next to it, and then had like B on bottom and A on top again, as opposed to the spans, which would have this. We swap back over, reload, so A and B are right beside each other, but then on here where the divs are, there's A on top and then B on the bottom again. So if we're going to do the tab system, we would much rather have A and B be beside each other. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that that happens. We're going to go ahead and give them IDs, or we're going to give them classes. So they're all going to have the tab class, but they're also going to have different classes for like which tab they are. So for instance, 1, 2, and then we're going to apply the same classes that correspond to them onto the divs. So that if we were to click on the span with the classes tab and 1, it would show the div with the class of 1. And for right now, I think I'm just going to keep these for lack of resources' sake. Copy and paste it. I think if we were to break down everything that we have on the current state of the JSON generator, so there's the file upload with the file name, those are important. And the frame size can be its own tab, the row preview options are their own tab. And then I would need to separate animation data and portrait data from each other. Would I have to? I think that would not actually. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming? What? Alright, well, if you guys experience buffering, I'm sorry. It's kind of out of my hands. There's nothing I can really do about that. So we have all of these here. So there should be A, B, C, D, and E. Which there are, and we'll implement clicking on them later. For right now, there should be as many divs as there are tabs. So this should say C, this should say B, this should say E. That should work. And since you guys are still on the browser page, that works for me. That shows that all 5 of them are there. Now we can swap back over to the coding. So what I want to have happen is I want to have every single page here, yeah, completely from scratch. I'm starting completely over. I think I'll call them like docket or something. And then the tabs should always stay shown. But if something is docket and it has an active, how would I be able to do that actually? I guess I don't need the docket class at all. I can just make an active class instead and have one be active by default. And then I can have function tab switch, and then I can probably get the element from that too. And then from the element we should be able to get the element's ID or element's classes. Save that to a temp variable called not called class. Never mind. Called element class. That should work. Or elm class. And then just to debug that, I'll do console.log elm class. It's case sensitive too, so I have to remove that. And then what I can do is have it so I can do doc.get elements by class name. I can have this be a temp variable so that once it goes out of focus, it is no longer needed. So the garbage collection should automatically pick it up. So we can just call this tabs for now. Class name would be tab. And then it should be I of tabs. I dot. Oh, and for clarity's sake, what I did here was, there we go. What I did here was, you guys can't see that, do you? Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'll just do something like that, and that should work. Okay. So what I did here was I am getting the elements with the class name of tab, which would be anything with the class of tab. So all of these spans would be grabbed by this and stored in an array. And then this little code here takes that array and goes through it, grabs everything that's in that array, and then does stuff with I, or in this case, it would substitute I for each thing in the array. So I would have... How would I do this, actually? This is always the time where I go and I pull up the JavaScript reference from the Mozilla developer database, basically, I think. Web docs, yeah. And I would go into what you could do with an element. That works. So what I'm looking for specifically here is something that would allow me to add an event listener to an element. So I think what I can do instead is just have it be like on click equals, and I can do a shorthand here for a function, and then switch. I'll probably have to pass E into it, so tab switch E. Hey Jenny! Shoot, I hope you don't mind me calling you by that. Detected. So this should be able to, like, if I click on that, then something should have popped up into... That's completely fair, yeah. Yeah, there's no way to... Your business Twitter account, that's also true, yeah. Okay. So, clicking on these just gives an undefined, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should just try console log E. Would that work? Reload the page. Yeah, okay, that works. Maybe I'm looking for, like, class list. No, I was looking for E target, and that should be class list. Yeah, okay. Okay. And if I click on that, that'll give me tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, tab 4, and tab 5. Okay. Sorry, I didn't show the code for that, so, I got this a little fudged up. So when you perform an on-click event listener, or whenever you perform an event listener, I should say, it always passes an event object alongside it, and you can go into that event object and get certain attributes from it in order to tell specific things about the event. So when I went into the on-click event, it showed what element I had clicked on as the target attribute, which is right here. The target attribute has the element that you clicked on, I just said that, but the element is a different object in itself that has its own list of attributes, like class list, which shows a list of classes that it holds as an array. I think at least, right? An array? No, a document object manager token list? Okay. It's basically an array. It works similar. It works similarly. It works similarly to an array. It doesn't have all of the baubles and bells that an array does, but that can be very easily fixed. So I can be like, for I of class. And then or what I can do instead is I can do this. I can just pop that in there specifically, and then have let class exist in this. Sorry about the brief pause. Just had a little bit of an interruption, that's all. I can say the Elm class is an array on its own, and then Elm class dot. I can do like append for arrays. Am I right there? Array. That'll work. Array. Should be push. Okay. Or I should honestly just be looking for like a number. That would work better. So I can just call this like target. So if type of I equals type of target. No. If number of I does not equal undefined, console.log I number. That should break out of the for loop, and then there's no more on class, so I'll just console log target, which should just pop open a 0. So real quick, I'm gonna transition over back here. Is that not working, or... Let's try this then. So all of this code scares you. You understand the syntax, and that's about it. Okay, well... Where's the game object? It's... You can kind of think of each element that you make as a game object, in a sense. I'm summoning the demons to do my bidding. It's a complicated process. Again, I wouldn't say it's a complicated process. It's something that I can explain, something I can put into words. I just don't know if they're the right words, but it's something I can put into words. So I did get that wrong. It's spitting out NaN, which is not a number, which is for some reason a number. Does that make sense? So if I do this now, it shouldn't be spitting NaN back out. What do you... Is this gonna work? It's probably like forbidden code or something. No, of course. Of course it wouldn't. Why would it? Oh, did the music end? Oh, the music ended. Let's just put it on loop. Yeah, that'll work. So hopefully that doesn't like double output now. And if it does, I'm completely and wholly lost. Okay. I saved that, right? Okay, it's spitting out NaN, so why isn't it showing that it's NaN? If it's more than 0, then I should probably reverse these. There we go. Okay, it's working properly now. Because NaN is less than 0, apparently. It's a NaN issue. Oh yeah, I was saying something. You can basically think of like each element as a game object, where I'm like hooking this up into the code through, at the very bottom of the page here, its own script object. So it's linked to the page through an element, which is running the script on load. Through the script, you're able to like capture everything that's in the window property, which is basically what you would define as the page that loads up. The window object holds literally everything on the page. So, so does the document object. The document object also holds like all of the elements. And each element can have its own event listener, which is like its own way of interacting, or interaction, I should say. So if an element changes its internal structure, you can capture that with an onChange event, or if you click on an element, you can capture that with an onClick event. Just all that kind of stuff. So it's showing one properly now. That means it should also show 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Awesome. Okay. And then, since we grabbed the target, since we grabbed the target number that we wanted to grab, we should probably go into the target div, and then doc, we'll go ahead and get element by class, and then we'll do string target. That should be good. Oh, you know, I can probably like just save space by doing this, so. And then to make sure that that worked, console dot log. And then from here, I think I can also do get elements by name and have that be div. So if that works, that should pop up in console. Get elements. Oh, get element. Why did I do that? No, be capturing multiple. So. Okay, so you can't do this. I'm probably thinking of tech. Oh, yo! G is here, or Yakumo. Was not expecting somebody to show up. I was not expecting another dev other than Jenny to show up. Hey, Gia. I'm currently in the process of completely breaking down the JSON generator, as you can probably see in the little... Swap that over. There we go. I'm starting from completely scratch. So I have 3 versions of the JSON generator open right now. I have the version that's live, the version that's up on the website right now. I have a version that I was working on before in a test to get tabs working and adding a little bit of this extra little flair. Don't steal. Listen, if you want to implement this into Rhythm Doctor, I will let you, just I would like to help too. You know, I added a little bit of extra flair into this before getting completely burnt out, so I started streaming this, breaking it down entirely and trying to build it from the ground up using a tab structure instead of information overload. So I think what I need to do now is make an active and stick this into the editor UI somehow. It'd be great, actually. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of brainstorming something. Like full honesty, I think you guys could probably like squeeze it somewhere by the character selector. Like if you just select a PNG file, you could go through and do settings and stuff. It's probably a lot of work. But again, if you guys I don't know a lot about Unity yet. I don't know a lot about C# yet either. I'm still trying to go through the basics on both of those and pick them up at my own pace, but if I get an opportunity to, I would be more than happy to try and work it into the editor somehow. I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity, but if I do, I'm taking it. Starts recording screen. Listen, again, it's an open source project. It's on GitHub. You don't need to record the screen. I think what I just need to do is like. Besides, I don't think JavaScript could be that easily transferred to C#. Yeah. Okay. for I of hard div. I dot. What would I be looking for here? We have weightlifter. That's true. At the same time, someone is going to try and make a custom character out of a PNG of a potato. Just a single PNG. Honestly, yeah, more power to them if they want to. It'll work with Glow. To add palette support to the editor? What does that mean? Oh, what does that mean? I'm excited for that. Talk to creator, custom hand, and sleep. I've been pushing for that. I would love to do a custom hand sprite. Like, we already have different buttons. At that point, like, maybe a hand would... I don't know. A level with an MP3 to MIDI convert of helping hands where all the characters are stock images. Do a skeleton hand all at once, I think. It would be great for Halloween Easter egg. I'm just saying. Hard exercise but randomly submitted fan art. Isn't that like you guys' like you were taking in like one by one images. I forget the exact pixel size, but you were taking in fan art for it to be somewhere in the game, right? It's actually not a stupid idea. Well, yeah. There's probably like stream delay, so I don't know exactly what you're referring to. Sleeve variants would be neat. Not all doctors wear sweaters. The doctors are allowed to wear sweaters. I'm getting off track. I should probably get focused on coding again. So, if this is... I should probably... console.log so I can see what I'm doing. The heck would buff auto be put into our exercise? Yeah. Where the politician pushes a button for you, he very much doesn't wear a sweater. You can see like a little bit of a white sleeve on him, and that's about the only change that you would have to make, I think. But yeah. Don't ask questions you aren't prepared to know the answer to. So there is the span and the div. I'm looking for the div, but I need to find the specific thing that defines it as a div. Node name, or local name. I'm gonna do node name. So node name equals div tar div equals I, and then we break out of it. Rhythm Doctor's ending, where the Rhythm Doctor program becomes fully automated by robots and remote interns are kicked out. At what point? At what point does the world actually become that, though? It's like we're getting scarily close to that, I feel. It just makes a whole new sprite for different palettes. So yeah, that shows the div, that shows the div. Everything seems to be working, awesome. I should probably also, like, show the console to show what I'm seeing. Oops. That's the code that I have right now. I'm also going to be showing on the browser focus page. I'm gonna add window capture console. So it shows the console in the corner. to be implement the insomnia call per 2 players. Maybe I should do a Rhythm Doctor stream sometime. That'd be cool. Okay, there we go. So if I transition back, you should be able to see the console in the bottom left now. I don't know how well you'd be able to see it, but you should be able to see it. I'm gonna wait for the broadcast. There we go. So, you know, that's pretty... That's decently visible, I feel. Okay. Once for each button type. I'm enjoying reading the chat, but it seems like the y'all's own thing are going on in there, so I'm gonna focus a little bit more on coding right now. I'll come back around to you guys. So active. No, I should have I'm just gonna dock. And then we can jump into the CSS. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that... Okay. I should move back over here. Bottle cap for hard button. These... Export, I believe, is gone, so... I'd like to keep that, would like to keep that. Would like to keep that. Don't need this. Don't have these anymore. This stream's like a parallel universe where the RD coders watch RD fans coding. I mean, it's not a parallel universe if that's what's happening. I think I still use him in the help menu. Like in the change log. Do I use him? Yeah, I do, okay. It's in the help menu, so it can stay. Going for resprite sounds like a risk that... I mean, you already kind of had that risk when you made custom characters. It's input read only. I don't think I'm gonna have any read-only inputs from here. That's the help button. I don't think we have the top button anymore. Oh no, we do. But I think I got rid of the functionality, so I'm gonna go with the button for it too. You respect CSS and JS coders? If you can do that, you can do anything. I mean, like... I'm gonna be completely honest. HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, those are all things that I'm, like, kind of comfortable with. I made an entire JSON generator with it. I feel like I can say that I'm kind of get comfortable with it. I don't really fully understand C# yet. I'd like to. I'm trying to make projects in C#, but I don't fully understand it yet. I appreciate the respect. It's just like, I don't think I can do too much with where I am right now. So with these, I removed the top button, good. Okay. C# is like Java, but not. and JavaScript has nothing to do with Java. So you can kind of see the issue. If you can understand JS, you've already gone through the hard part. Really? I mean, I guess it is an object-oriented language by technicality. Python is like Java, but without semicolons. Okay. The autofill options window is gone. Example, I think, is just like the example images in the help menu. Help menu page. Highlight change addition, remove bluff fix. That's just all changelog stuff. Changelog stuff. I don't think I need this anymore since the advanced switch is going to be gone. Oh, this is like Java, but it makes more sense. In a sense, I guess. Everything advanced is gone, so... Brackets are so powerful for organization as well as semicolons. This is true. These are all gone. Content spacer center. Spacer I want to keep. Contents. Where do I use contents? Oh, like the table of contents. Okay. You're sitting there with GameMaker and Lua. To be fair, I learned Lua first when I was working on Tau with pipelinks. I learned that first. I kind of just branched off into it. If you know Lua, Java is like Java, but Java. If you know Lua, you know like a good chunk of programming already. I think Noka had too much coffee. This is no longer here. This is just an animation that I made for the advanced button. Autofill options window, and the window page I don't need. And then the animation I already deleted. I hope that was all on screen. Anyway, going back from the top, we went sorted through all the CSS. I'm gonna switch over. The only language that is not like Java is JavaScript, which is funny because it shares a very similar name. Lua is Java, but what if instead of brackets we used words and also had no classes for some reason? You have meta tables. It looks like the CSS didn't break. Yeah, it looks like the CSS didn't break. Oh yeah, clip groups didn't get added to the game, but you are able to swap out the happy, neutral, barely, and missed animations now, which is cool. So I don't think clip groups working with meta tables is annoying. I can wholeheartedly agree. I don't think clip groups is something I need here anymore. I'm definitely looking to update the sprite tree analyzer, making it a bit more accurate. I'm making it accurate already. Okay. So this still works. Number 1 should be active, but everything that isn't active should be hidden. In C#, you only gotta use this when necessary to clear variable confusion. Yeah. You're going to add meta tables into RD? How are you going to do that? How would you do that? I wish there was a way for me to, like, reliably show... There is, isn't there? Hang on. if I just did this? Set variables from within dialog boxes. Sam, I think that'd be going a little bit too overboard. Oh, that's gonna take way too long. Okay, so music makes it comfortable to talk. No, you're fine. If it's a good chatting ground, it's fine. I'm also enjoying the conversation. I'm trying to add... Can I do, like, opacity with this? Can I... Plus stupid. That's not how to do it. Move that. Why'd I do opacity in this? You know, that works. You are excused. I'll have chat in the bottom right like that, or bottom left rather. You may not use the bathroom. Oh. No. I just loaded up like an hour-long programming playlist. Does it matter? I don't care if I get like demonetized or whatever. I'm not doing this for money. Anyway, when are we getting the ability to use OS shutdown? Can we not, like, kill people's computers from within a Rhythm Doctor level? I feel like that'd be a good idea to avoid. Anyway, transition to that. So I have now added stream chat to most of the views here. I wonder at what point Steam starts to will start to where that already is considered malware. I mean, a valid concern, I'm not gonna lie. The virus that starts spreading via RD will. Don't tempt fate like this. Please. Okay, back to code. So... I mean, Rhythm Doctor already throws the window all over the place. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody thought, oh no, it's... It's become sentient. So in here... comments. And then like moving the game's window, yeah, exactly. Turn with the other windows in the background. You would get into some dangerous territory because there's some things that are considered windows but actually aren't supposed to be considered windows by the user. So if you start moving other things around, that becomes an issue. Already is not just a normal game, it also has a personality and also consciousness and feelings. Don't worry about it. There's already a person who negative reviewed us and said that Window Dance broke their headphones driver. How? What? I want to think about this. How would that, like... I don't... Heck. I'll get back to coding. So on the main page setup, that's all done, and then I wanted to have the tabs so that... Setup start. The game is gnawing on my legs. I already told you about their... You did! You did! You're right! We went through the reviews because you were like, oh wow, Rhythm Doctor has a lot of positive reviews, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, there was a pretty big following of the game. And we started reading through the reviews, and we saw the person who negative reviewed you guys for breaking the Windows drivers. Or the headphone drivers.
About, like, completely asinine bullshit, like, you can't reply to those reviews. You
Yeah.
can't tell them you're insane.
Like, like, I think there was one of them.
There was a guy who complained that it was too hard.
Yeah.
That's why they voted it down. Like,
Yeah, there was.
You suck.
There was somebody who like did not recommend the game because, quote, it was too hard, and then you go into the review and you weren't able to comment on it because this profile is private.
Yeah, I fucking wonder why. Must be real fun at parties, but...
Okay, so dock by default, this should be like, yeah. So dock by default should be visibility hidden. But if doc has the active class as well, then visibility should be, I think, initial. The problem was that we introduced a bug recently where the screen wouldn't check the full screen, or the screen wouldn't check that was full screen when window dancing, and Windows started to attempt to window dance while full screen, and it crashed. It crashed some people's computers.
Well,
I mean... Alright, so... that shouldn't be happening. Transition over. Yeah, this shouldn't be happening. Does it show for... No, because I haven't actually implemented... Okay, well... Okay, so, going back into the code. Am I, like, fully zoomed in? No. I don't want to be fully zoomed in. Never mind. I'll do this instead. Transform. Fit to screen. That should be fine. That should be fine. Yeah. Okay. So... I just added these two lines, which tried to show and hide the tabs on the main page. The only issue is I forgot to add the actual code itself for that, so if it finds div Okay. And then I should also be like, doc dot. So before I do that, actually. So before I find target div, I should do doc dot get elements by class name, active, and then remove attribute. No, I should. How should I do this? I should probably do this like string. And then substring? No. Aren't I able to get like class list? Yeah, I should be able to just like class list. Equals this, but without. Maybe if people would actually. Oh, wait. There were also people who were leaving bad reviews because 2.2 and 2.3 were too hard. Maybe if people would actually do the tutorials, they would know how to play. What's a tutorial? Okay, Aaron. I should probably like console.log look here. So I refresh and then do that. Look in console. And it shows doc1 active. Does it show the class list? It should have shown the class list, not just... Oh, look here, undefined. Okay, so... Well, wait, no. Class list, yeah. Oh! Well, there's only ever going to be like one element of that, so... Probably should have cached there. There we go, 2 cursors on the recording. Okay, so class list. Would there be any way to... Let's see. Oh, we can do remove. Cool, okay. Remove. Active. And I no longer have to do... Oh, I do want to check that just to be sure. So back over here, into here, reload. I did save, right? Yeah. Okay, click there. Oh, right. So there's no more, oops. Well, at least I know that it works. I mean, technically you don't even have to save this to anything. So if that works, then... then I becomes that, and then I can just do class list, add, active. Alright, and then we can go back into here, reload. There we go. So now we're able to select which letter we want showing at any given time. So A, B, A, C, A, D, A, E, A, D, A, D, E, D, A. Yeah. That took like, what? How many hours? How many hours did that take? Almost 2. Cool. Unfortunately, I don't have the stamina to keep this up all night, so I'm probably going to be ending at around like 8:30-ish. So in about 45 minutes here, I think I'm going to be going ahead and dropping the stream for where it is tonight, and then we'll pick it back up sometime next week. I think next week on Monday would work. But for now, we're going to keep this rolling. So now that we have this, we just need to do... we need to find a way to have all of these... would that work? Because visibility is already hidden. No, I don't want visibility hidden. What am I doing? I want this to be display. This needs to be display none. Then that should work properly. Right? No, not none S. Okay. So if I reload... yeah, there we go. So this will only show the letter now. Okay, cool. Okay. So that we have all of these, what I can do is get working on the setup here. So for this one, I wanted this one to be file upload. H2, maybe not H2, maybe that would be too big. So let's go for H4. I also want this to be underlined. I can work on that later. That'll be fine. So with that should be saved. I can reload, and file upload will show up. And we can swap it out of it. Add a win. So that first one's file upload. This second one should be something different, but for right now I'm just copy pasting file upload. Looking over here, it goes file upload, then frame data. Then after frame data, I said there would be the row preview. And then after row preview, there will be... let's go ahead and look back on the main page. So there'd be the row preview, we got the frame size, we have the file upload and the file name, row preview options, and then... So, I would actually like some input on this, if I could get input. There's 2 different ways that I could do this. One way that I could do this is I could have a dedicated clips tab, or creating and defining clips, just for like the names and like the name of the clip, and then the order of which, I don't think the order would really matter, but just like the name of the clip and the number of all of the clips in one tab. Or I could just have you create the clips on the go in the two different tabs that I'm planning to have for animation and portrait data. So I would like some input. Should I have a dedicated clips tab for creating and naming clips, or should I just have it alongside the animation data and the portrait data tabs? While I wait for your guys' response, I'm going to go ahead and test this out. Welcome back, Jen. Just to repeat really quick, since Jen just got back, I would like your guys' input on the making the clips. Should I have it all in its own dedicated clips tab for making and naming clips, or should I just have making and naming clips alongside the animation in the portrait data? Nobody's computer wanted a lamp to be like. How would I? See you later, Gia. Thanks for hopping in. There we go. Thank you so much. I'll see you around, yeah? That actually does remind me, I do want to start making videos on this channel again, just like basic normal videos. I have taken a little bit of inspiration from Scruffy and what I want to do. And if you're not familiar with who Scruffy is, he makes a series called What I Love, and it's just him being like really passionate about junk. And I kind of want to do something along those lines of my own, just about what I'm passionate about, you know? It sounds silly when I explain it, but I know that I can put it into like a good concept kind of state. I just need to come up with like scripts and junk to actually go through with. But that's not what this stream is about. I will go ahead and get focused on coding again. So these now have underlines under all of them. I want to make it so that the tabs cannot be selected by user input, so .tab. User select none. And now I can click on them, but I can't select the text on them, which is what I wanted. But I also want the cursor to change into a pointer, as though there were something going on there. So you can click on each of them, and it looks like it's a pointer, so you can actually... It actually looks like you can interact with it. I'm going to call this table tabs. Tabs container. So hashtag tabs container star. Everything in there should be centered. So content, align content. Center. I think you just do action. So with that, that's saved. I should be able to reload. Never mind. Maybe if I do like width 100%. No. What about text? There we go. That way it's in the center, and clicking on the tabs shouldn't change their size at all. So that should stay centered pretty well. Okay. Now that all of that is done, I should make the tabs look like actual buttons. Border. How does the border? How does the border go again? Border. Okay, so solid. And it needs a color. And then after the color goes. Show me the full syntax. Where's the full syntax? With style and color. Okay, so does it go in that order? With style color. Okay, so 3 pixel. And then going back into it, that should show. Cool. Okay. See you, Noka. Thanks for popping in. Of 25 pixels, so it's nice and square. Why isn't that working? Oh yeah, because display is not block. It should be inline block. There we go. I don't think I need pixel line center for that. And then I also wanted border radius to be like 3 pixels, so that looks like a little bit more of a rounded button. Maybe not 3 pixels, maybe something like 6 or 10 pixels. That looks nice. Okay. Actually, the tabs should also have active on them. So if you switch to a tab... Yeah, if you switch to a tab, it should just have active on it. It should probably be like target elm. I'm targeting multiple elements now. Uh-oh. Good. Why are you popping up? What's the issue? What am I missing here? I see. What's going on? there any errors popping up in the console? No, it's just doing something weird. That should remove everything with the class name of active, so why is that staying active? The tab isn't staying active anymore, so why is that staying active? Is it staying active? Was it active to begin with? It was. So it's staying active for some reason. Let's go ahead and take a peek into inspect element. See what's going on with you. So that's in its file upload, so it's this. If I try to swap over, for some reason it stays active. Why do you stay active? You shouldn't be staying active. Why are you like this? Okay, so the console again. That just deactivates the tab. Why does that only deactivate the tab? Why does that only deactivate the tab? What? What's going on? It's active though, isn't it? That's active. Why is that active? Can I, like, manually remove it? Is it just something... Yeah, I can manually remove it, but it's not going away on its own. And if I click on it again, it just pops right back up. Okay, cool. What's happening? Wait. Oh.
That sweet refrain all night long. An everlasting melody, forever in my heart.
Hopefully that works. Okay, in console, I click on that. This shouldn't be happening. Why is this happening? So it activates it just fine. It's just refusing to... It's refusing to deactivate for some reason. I'm so confused. It's refusing to be even picked up by that, which is weird. So, all the way down here, it's picking it up in the HTML collection, so why isn't it, like, doing anything? It's showing picking it up for some reason when it goes into the... So I'm gonna log all of these on their own. It's showing up that it's getting the tab, and it's getting the div, but it's only showing the tab. What's going on? For any other one, it's fine, but just for that specifically, it's not going away. Ah, this is annoying. Hmm. Ah, if only I saw Louise posting tachycardia. This is going on the fucking stream now. Image. Rad.